Okay, take two on a follow-up on I told you the kids are not okay. King John is dead, 12:15, walk away, pirate life. Now, yes, Pope Innocent III. I'm trying to make my videos a bit shorter, basically, in parts. Because I have a hell of a go trying to get them to upload if they're anything over 20-25 minutes for some reason. They'll just stop uploading. They just freeze. Like 80% and stuff. Bit weird. Anyway, I'm not digitally minded. Don't care. Now, Pope Innocent III annulled the charter later that year at King John's request. Yeah, request? I insist, with a kneecap blown out. It's amazing how mighty the pen is when wielded under duress by the sword. The pen has never been mightier than the sword, and never will it be. Without the sword, the pen stays on the desk. You see, as long as it's within hierarchical power structure's best interest to leave something as is, it will stay as is until some time, or some point, pun accidentally fully intended, is forced to be taken up and law changed at the people's request. Now, the Pope is not the people, nor the Church. He is merely representative of the Church, and the Church, just like the Commonwealth, is we the people. If you look in our lawful constitution, our real constitution, you will find that the Commonwealth is the public, wealth and general goods of a colony or of a nation or of a country. That is the Commonwealth, because it is the common who create the wealth. Right? It's we the people. Just like the Church is we the people. When Jesus said to the disciples, look, I'm trying not to get biblical on you, but I'm trying to explain something about the Church. When Jesus said, go and gather wood and build my church, he meant kindle. It was a different language back then. It has been translated as real estate for some reason. Gee, I wonder why. That church owns an awful lot of real estate, doesn't it? This is why I walk with the man. I do not follow a plan. I don't join groups. I do community. Community is church. He said to go out and kindle, build community, add value to community, raise your kids in the path in which that they should go so that they don't wander from it when they're older. Hence the problems we've got today. All the problems we have today is because we've walked away from that moral ground. We don't have a moral ground to stand on. We're a joke here in the West. We're an absolute joke. You think Muslims are all the problem. No, they're Western converts. They're not Muslims, people. They're Western converts. And Muslims will tell you that. No, they're not us. That's not us. They're Western converts. Well, they're disgusted by them. Just like they're disgusted by us, and rightly so. Yeah, everything has a representative, and it's meant to represent the people. It is meant to administer the people's law for the people, to the people, in the best interest of the people, in favour of the people. It's all by the people. It's meant to be the people. I mean, let's be honest. What sort of a business? Let's look at it this way, as a business model. What, do you have 100 bosses and 10 workers? 10 people working to support 100 bosses? Well, that's never going to work, is it? So why would a government work that way? Why would a country work that way? It doesn't. It's 100 workers and 10 bosses. But nobody likes a boss. A boss is an arsehole. Everybody likes a leader, because a leader will lead by example. A leader will come and do the shit jobs with you. I'll give you a classic example. I'm going to drop two names here. There was a partnership joined in the agricultural industry years ago here in Tasmania between Eric Smith and Joe Cook. Eric Smith used to be a regional manager for workforce extensions in the Northwest branch in Ulverston. Now he got a bit of an inheritance, and he got offered a deal that he thought he couldn't refuse, and he kind of shot himself in the foot and left workforce extensions, and he did buck him over a little bit. I think he always felt a bit bad about that. And he joined partnership with Joe Cook and invested a shit ton of money, but Joe Cook just wanted to run everything. This is the difference between the two men. I think I met Joe Cook twice. Every day, Eric, the partner, who I actually went over to Joe Cook with, I already worked for Eric, went round to every paddock that he could get to and visited everyone. And on stinking hot days, he always came out with an esky full of icy poles and cold drinks. He always had cold drinks. Always. He looked after his workers. He would come out and he'd work alongside us. He'd work alongside us for 20 minutes, half an hour, check on how everyone was going, off to the next paddock. Man, I've got so much respect for that man. Joe Cook, he can go and eat a bag of dicks for all I care. He was an arsehole. And he ended up ruining the entire company for all the workers. All the people that built that company, by bending our backs, the sweat of our brow and the toil of our hands, we got shit on when the 457 backpackers came over under the Workplace Agreements Act and fired us all, and then expected us all to go back under new agreements for less money. It's the difference between a boss and a leader. Now farmers are struggling to get anyone decent on their farms to harvest their crops. It's kind of like sucked in a little bit, isn't it? Sucked in. Oh, we get universal basic income, called the dole. Now how long is that going to last? It's not sustainable at this rate. Now, just because, coming back to the 1215 Magna Carta, just because the Pope annulled it at request of King John, who didn't want it, but it was the people who wanted it. Now we have a little problem called separation of church and state. Okay, well if the church is the papacy and not the people, then I'm sorry, his annulment is null and void to the people. Sorry, we didn't ask you to do that. We wanted that, and you went and annulled it against our wishes. We got it put in place, and one man with a pen took it away. That's just a tyrant and a pussy. A tyrant and a coward. A pope, for crying out loud, turned on the church, the people. So, no, 1215 still stands. It is the people's charter, not the Pope's charter, not King John's charter, the people's charter. It still stands. And couple this with the last video I done called I Told You the Kids Are Not Okay, King Johnny's Dead, hashtag 1215, hashtag walk away, hashtag pirate life. I guess we can be shipwrecked pirates and bring ourselves back to common law on the land and leave them out at sea. And they can have their maritime law. Can you not think of a better way forward? I can't. I can't think of a better way forward. I can't think of any way forward other than that, because everything else has been tried and failed, and we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting it to work. Like, how many times do you want to try and drive a nail into hardwood with a soft banana? It's not going to work, guys. It hasn't worked for 2,000 years. It's not about to. That worked 1215. We had it. And the Pope annulled it. And what happened then? The merchants, the barons, They became peasants. Because they didn't stand up when they could have, should have. Too late. Now everyone's at the point of a sword. When history doesn't repeat it, sure, it all rhymes, doesn't it?